RFK Jr., who has just declared his third-party candidacy and is actually extremely beneficial in most places, except for maybe Michigan, extremely beneficial to the Trump campaign and therefore angering so many Democrats at this moment in time. He went on CNN last night and he said something pretty profound and left me with a lot of respect for him. Now, he's a lefty and, he kind of sees more eye to eye with some socialist policies than I would ever begin to. But listen to what he says, and he's got other things, by the way. He's committed to dealing with our debt load and a variety of other topics that are important. But listen to what he says to Aaron Burnett on CNN.
But do you really believe that when people talk about the threat to democracy that Trump poses, do you really think that is an equal evil to Biden?
Listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, so to censor his opponent. I can say that because I just won a case in the Federal Court of Appeals and now before the Supreme Court. It shows that he started censoring not just me. 37 hours after he took the oath of office, he was censoring me. No president in the country has ever done that. The greatest threat to democracy is not somebody who questions election returns, but a president of the United States who used the power of his office to force the social media companies, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to open a portal and give access to that portal to the FBI, to the CIA, to the IRS, to CISA, to NIH, to censor his political critics. President Biden, for the first president in history, to use his power over the Secret Service to deny Secret Service protection to one of his political opponents for political reasons. He's weaponizing the federal agencies. Those are really critical threats to democracy.
Donald Trump, of course.
Wow. Right? You know how hated he is. You know what the ladies at The View have to say about him. You know what his own family, the Kennedys, is saying about him right now. And yet he's also willing to take all of that on. Because why? What is the most critical thing in America right now? It's our freedom of speech. So whether it be the judge not wanting Trump to go on about, I don't think that Trump would have gone on, in all seriousness, about his daughter, had his daughter not been a Democratic political op working for the likes of Kamala Harris and Adam Schiff. All right, that's like crossing the line. So they're going to squelch the former president's freedom of speech. They did so on Twitter already. Got that back thanks to Elon Musk. And they're going to squelch however they can yours about a whole variety of topics. I mean, RFK, he's dealt with it because he's gone places that you're not supposed to go. So I credit him. And you know what? I credit Aaron for not interrupting him on that, because I'm sure CNN and some of the producers in the booth were like in her ear saying, no, they don't want to hear that. But you have to hear that, because if we don't have our freedom of speech, if we don't have our First Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have? I mean, that's what's been so terrific about this. Please subscribe if you haven't. Do me that favor. Subscribe, give thumbs up, like, share, do all that stuff. I'm here every day. You can hit the bell. You'll know exactly when I'm live. But if you don't have that, then we really quickly start to dissolve. And what he has seen, and you heard him say this, is that under this team and this administration, that basic right, our First Amendment rights, they have just disintegrated. I'm not going to bore you with all my stories. Maybe we'll do that in the team chat for just the closed membership. But I've seen some things, shall we say. And it was under this team. It was under the Joe Biden administration. So I know some friends have seen some things, and I saw at least one or two myself under the Obama administration. And in fairness, under Bush as well. So there's a lot that goes around. The difference between the Trump administration and all of those was that, like, they just say it. Like, Trump would just call these people out to their face. It wasn't like you were getting suppressed as a journalist or anything behind the scenes. I mean, what's great now, we have the streaming platform. So thumbs up for that. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to have this new way of communicating with you all that's really direct. And because of this directness, we have a chance to really peel back the layers, look at what really is happening in America,